Hello students, here we have a cube. We have identical charges. So let me write it down that Q1 is equal, Q2 is equal, Q3 is equal, Q4. Okay, all of them identical, has the same charge. Then we have they are placed, these four charges are placed in the cube on the corners. Then we have another charge which is Q, big Q, okay, which is placed on the center. Now the distance of the cube or sides of the cube is given, which is A. Now we have to find, say that the whole system is in equilibrium, okay? It's not moving. So that means we have to find if they're in equilibrium, then we have to find what is the charge of Q. Now, try to guess that all these small charges from Q1 to Q4 are positive charges, okay? Now, what should be the sign of the Q so that they will be in equilibrium? This is the first question. Now, as you can guess, it should be negative, okay? So that all of them basically are attracted, or the forces are balanced, okay? So therefore, I can say that first of all that we have, let's say, if you choose a Q4, then we can say that this force, okay, let's call this one F BQ, okay? Now, this force has to be balanced with another force of this one, okay? Right? So therefore, in that case, everything will be in equilibrium, okay? The same things for the all of them, okay? So therefore, you have to say that the condition is that F has to be equal to the FQ, okay? Now, how can you find F force? The F force is basically coming from first of all, we have to find what is the force between Q4 and Q2. That one, the opposite, so it's repulsive. So we have to say that it is this one. So this one I call it F24. Okay, the force between charge Q2 and Q4. Then, what other forces are there on Q4? We have the force which is pointing upwards. That one I call it F1 on 4. Okay, what else? Then finally we have another force between Q4 and the Q3. So I will make it this one, which is F3 on 4, right? So then you can say that the summation of all the forces of, let's say, F1 4 plus F3 4 plus F2 4 has to be equal to F. Okay, so how can we find it then? Okay. Now we can say that F3 4, we can keep it as it is. Then how can you find the summation of this guy and that guy? So again, you have to use Pythagorean theorem for that reason. Then you can say that it's plus square root of F14 squared plus F23 squared. Okay, and whole this thing has to be equal to the F of BQ. Okay. Now F34 is equal to what? Now let's start, writing down the formulas. Continuing, F34 is equal to F34, right? 34. Okay, F34. Let me write it first of all separately, and then we can just combine them. F34 is equal to the Q4 times Q3 divided by the distance between Q4 and Q3 is equal to the A square root of 2 squared. Okay, now What about f1 4? f1 4 is equal to k q1 q4 divided by a squared. Okay, then f24 is equal k q2 q4 divided by a squared. Okay, now you have to take 3 of those forces and put it on the left side, and then we have fq, right? fq is equal to what? fq is equal to k q4 times capital Q divided by that distance is equal to what? So we have to find what is that distance, this distance. How can we find that distance? Is basically the diagonal was a square root of 2, so you divide it by 2. So that means you have to say that a square root of 2 divided by 2, it is squared. Okay, so basically now if you plug everything back there, then you should able to find what is the q. Okay, I think that's it.